Yo guys, in this video, we're going to discuss about Lucas, long-awaited sync pair, and Dialga, and see if they're worthy to scout for, especially since we're getting a 6-star EX Cyrus for free. And with that said, strap on your seatbelts, hit the thumbs up button, and enjoy watching. Let's do this! Yo, yo, yo! This is Solo, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. Yeah, this team's called Grunt. And this is Pokemon Masters EX. Guys, so you might have heard that I got COVID. Today is my day 11. Much better. Cough is doing, almost gone and stuff. My last sync pair analysis video, my voice was horrible. Thank you for bearing with me, but this time, it should be okay now. But as always, guys, I would appreciate it if you would share some love, hit the thumbs up button, as these videos take very long to create and a lot of research here and there and stuff. And I would appreciate it also if you haven't subscribed yet, do click on the subscribe button, as you're in the perfect place for Pokemon Masters EX content. And join our journey to get 10k subs. We are along the way. It's 7,280 subs right now. Let's get there. Within the first few months of January. So, today we have Lucas and Dialga. This is actually the last out of the 4 new sync pairs that we have in the January update. But keep in mind, guys, that we have big hints that Cresselia is coming. Maybe with Dawn, because in the event that we have, I haven't exactly played through it, but in the event, there are mentions of Dawn with Cresselia. And if you're not aware, in the title screen of Pokemon Masters, in the villain event that's coming, the title screen features Renegade Cynthia with Giratina, as well as Cyrus and Darkrai. So, there's always a possibility for there to be a SYGNA suit Dawn or whatever Dawn there is together with Cresselia, as well as a possibility of Cyrus together with Darkrai. And if those are not, they do not come, there's a possibility that Luker will be coming as well as the other team, Galactic members, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. There's a possibility that they're coming. So just keep in mind. And also one more thing, Palantine sync pairs are also coming. So whether you're going to scout for the last year's Palantine seasonals or this year's Palantine seasonals, which is gonna come on the next data mine, save your gems because they're gonna be limited units. Lucas is also a limited unit, so yeah, that's that. And sorry. And one more thing is that the 2.5-year anniversary is coming. Now, 2.5-year anniversary is on February 28th. That means once Renegade Cynthia and Lucas's banner ends on February 27th, that's their last day. The next day is gonna have the 2.5-year anniversary sync pairs. There's a possibility that the 2.5-year anniversary sync pair will be revealed on the next data mine. There's also a possibility that they will not be revealed in the next data mine and instead come out on the late February data mine / March data mine. So keep that in mind as well. But in this video, we're going to focus about Lucas. We have already discussed about the others. You can watch my analysis video for the others if you're curious. But right now, we are talking about Lucas. So if you see this splash screen or Mindscape image, I'm not letting those criminals get away with this. Congratulate yourself. You have obtained Lucas and Dialga, who's coming on January 13. That's next Thursday for those in Asia. And for those in the West, that's January 12, a little bit late evening or something like that. So, this is what his sync move animation looks like. Poor Lucario! Illuminating Roar of Time. Rawr! Rawr! Okay, so this guy is a special attacker. Roar of Time is a special attack. Illuminating Roar of Time is also a special attack. Yeah, his special attack stat is 336. Actually, not so high, especially if you compare him with other dragon type sync pairs out there. This is, by the way, a tech sync pair, weak to fighting type moves. And it only has, sorry, I think the moves and attacks should just be Roar of Time. Give me a sec. And back. Okay. Roar of Time is his only attack move, which is a 4-move gauge attack that hits one enemy. Roar of Time. And then we have Dragon Wish, very similar to Renegade Cynthia's Ghost Wish. This is a trainer move, 2-move gauge, 2 MP, changes the zone to Dragon Zone. This powers up Dragon type attacks of any single sync, any sync pair you have in the field, powers up their Dragon type attacks, powers their Dragon type sync moves. We also have X Speed Plus, which raises your speed stat plus 3. And we got 1 MP for It's Our Time, raises this user's special attack by 2 stat ranks, and raises your accuracy by 1, maximizes your critical hit rate. Now, why do we only raise our special attack by 2 with It's Our Time? That's because he has a passive skill, Grand Entry 4, which immediately at the start of the battle grants him plus 4 special attack. So once you use It's Our Time, your special attack stat is maxed, your accuracy stat plus 1, and your critical hit rate is maxed. Now, you need the accuracy buff because Roar of Time is not fully accurate. I think it's 90% accuracy somewhere there. And, you know, getting that accuracy buff helps you hit the enemy non-stop using Roar of Time. Commanded Freebie 9, every single time you use a trainer move, again, that's either Dragon Wish, X Speed Plus, or It's Our Time, you get a free move next effect. So the way I will probably use Lucas is either use I'll use It's Our Time first, maximize my special attack and critical hit rate, use Roar of Time, then either Dragon Wish or X Speed Plus, it's your choice, then Roar of Time, then another X Speed Plus, Roar of Time, then Dragon Wish, then Roar of Time, because, you know, you get a free move next every single time you use a trainer move. And then there's Adrenaline 1. If you use a sync move for the first time using Lucas, you get a sync move countdown -1. Now, for his lucky skills, there's a new lucky skill from the Deluxe Lucky Cookies called Superpowered 3. It powers up it powers up the moves and sync moves that the opponent is weak to. So powers up your Dragon type moves if the opponent is weak to Dragon type attacks, or you can go off type by giving him Critical Strike 2, powers up your attacks and sync moves if they become critical hits. So that's it for Lucas's kit. Again, Dragon Wish, Ghost Wish, whatsoever wish helps power up not just Lucas but also other sync pairs. He's an enabler, somewhat similar to, you know, SYGNA, or rather the classic or original Red, where You and Me powers up other sync pairs aside from Red. This one also powers up other sync pairs aside from Lucas. So with his sync grid at 1 out of 5, you get an MP refresh on It's Our Time. You don't exactly need this. Except, you know, if you want to make good use of Commanded Freebie 9 as well as Super Command 4, which is a 3 out of 5, which has a 50% chance of applying super effective up next after you use a trainer move. You also get Sand Shelter, which probably if you want to pair him up with Ingo, will be protected from a sandstorm. A lot of people are using Ingo. A lot of people actually scouted for Ingo in the 25 paid scout, which is interesting because everyone I see who went for that scout went for Ingo. I did not see anyone go for anything else. But let me know. And then at 1 out of 5, you also get X Speed plus MP Refresh 2. Again, you don't need this unless you want to benefit from Commanded Freebie 9 as well as Super Command 4. At 2 out of 5, you get Dauntless. Again, at the start of the battle, you can have your special attack max after using his trainer move, which is our time. Dauntless allows you to keep your special attack stat max at +6. Draconic Sync 4, it powers up your sync move if the zone is in Ghost Zone. And speaking of powered up sync moves, Illuminating Roar of Time is his sync move already has an innate multiplier, which if the field is Dragon Zone, it will power up your sync move. Again, Dragon Zone itself already powers up your sync move and attack moves. Having this multiplier, having this innate multiplier if there's Dragon Zone, it powers up your sync move even more. And with Draconic Sync 4, it powers up your sync move even more. So imagine the upsides of having all these multipliers when you use a sync move. Natural Remedy, after you get hit by a status condition for the first time, you get to eliminate those status conditions. That's 3 out of 5, you get Draconic Acceleration 2. If the field is Dragon Zone, your sync move or your move gauge speeds up a little bit faster. Draconic Power 4 powers up your attack move, which is Roar of Time, by around 20 to 30% when you use that attack when the field is in Dragon Zone. Now, Dragon Wish MP Refresh 2 is available at 3 out of 5 as well. Similar to Renegade Cynthia, is also available at 3 out of 5. So if you wanna use your Dragon Wish more often than 2 times, you have to get him to 3 out of 5. Inertia, the faster he is, the stronger your sync move is. That's the benefit of having X Speed Plus. 2x Speed Plus maximizes your speed stat to maximum. Maximizes to maximum. Piercing Gaze, your moves never miss. But you don't exactly need this unless the opponent likes to increase its evasiveness stat, because you get to maximize or you get to have like 100% accuracy already by using It's Our Time with your Roar of Time. And then Roar of Time Mind Games 4, if you want to make him a debuffer. If you use Roar of Time, there's a 50% chance of lowering the opponent's special defense by 1 every single time you use Roar of Time. Propulsion 1, 20% chance of reducing your sync move countdown once you use Roar of Time. And again, as I said earlier, we got Super Command 4. If you get this, 50% chance of applying super effective up next after you use a trainer move. And 2 sync nuke tiles for Lucas and Dialga. Now again, these looks awesome, but you cannot get them all unless you're 1 out of 5. That's when you can get them all. At 1 out of 5, you can get everything. At 2 out of 5, you have a choice. Personally, I'll choose, you have to get the multiplier, that's Draconic Sync 4 at the bottom right corner of the screen. And then we got the Roar of Time Move Gauge Refresh 4, 50% chance of restoring 1 move gauge for Roar of Time. And I got 2 accuracy buffs for Roar of Time here. You can actually switch these to something else, like power up Roar of Time even more, but I don't know. I just felt that choosing accuracy buffs might be good. I also got a special attack plus 20 over here to power up Roar of Time, as well as my sync move. And then at 3 out of 5, I think you have a couple of choices. First is to go with your Sync Nuke build, which is getting Draconic Sync 4, getting Inertia, getting one Sync Nuke tile over here. We got Roar of Time, Mind Games 4. You have a choice if you want to lower the opponent. Okay, I made a mistake here. I thought that this was Move Gauge Refresh 4, but this is Mind Games 4. If you get this, you have a 50% chance of lowering the opponent's special defense by 1. Oh, and we got Propulsion 1, which has a 20% chance of reducing our sync move countdown when we use Roar of Time. Now, I got another grid over here, which is 2 Sync Nuke tiles. We got an Inertia over here. We got Draconic Sync 4 as well. We got Dragon Wish MP Refresh 2 so that we can use Dragon Wish more times. We got Super Command 4. 50% chance of applying Super Effective up next when you use a trainer move. So, those are some of the grids that I have kind of examples on him. Again, there's no right or wrong with sync grids. Feel free to experiment because, you know, every single situation has a different optimized grid or something. But that is probably what I would build him up with, either this or this. So take your pick or let me know what grid you will use on him. And with that said, we go back to this screen, which is the schedule. Again, VOLKNER and Sabrina already out, as you might have seen. If you haven't seen yet, by the way, I did a Battle Villa run using New Year VOLKNER, New Year Sabrina, as well as New Year Lily. It's an awesome run. No trainer moves used. Finish Battle Villa with just them. No skipping. So if you're interested to see how they work out, check out my Battle Villa run. And then we have Renegade Cynthia, who's again awesome with Dragon Wish MP Refresh at 3 out of 5. Or rather, Ghost Wish rather. And Lucas with Dragon Wish MP Refresh at 3 out of 5 as well. But then, if you were to ask me which of the 4 I would be going for, or rather, if the question is not out of these 4, but out of Renegade Cynthia or Lucas, you know, we get more than 36,600 gems since last year to you know, the end of the month. And we also get at least 300 gems for this lottery, the New Year lottery, which will be receiving the rewards once Lucas comes out, by the way. Starting when Lucas comes out, everyone is guaranteed 300 gems. If you win, if you manage to somehow be one of the lucky 5 who win the 60,000 gems, congratulations. But, you know, if you do not get 600 gems, consider yourself unlucky. If you get 1,000, consider yourself very lucky. If you get 60,000 gems, you might as well, you know, go for the lottery because you might actually win some numbers or something like that. So, if you were to ask me, who do you scout for? Cynthia or Lucas? I would say, if you're really hesitant, none of the above. Wait for the data mine, because they're ending on February 27. And at least the data mine will give us an idea if SYGNA Suit Dawn will be out with a Cresselia. Might be. I'm so wishing that we get a Master Fair support sync pair that's scoutable, not the BP sync pairs. A Master Fair that's support, that's scoutable. I hope that it will be good because supports have been awesome. And you know, if there's gonna be a Master Fair support, I'm hoping that it will be better than SYGNA Suit Blue plus Engos plus Springberg plus Synchro Healing user combined. So I'm hoping that it will be somewhere around that high level. But if you're going to include newer VOLKNER and newer SABRINA in the mix, well, you only have like 4 days to decide, 3 days, 4 days to decide, because newer VOLKNER and newer SABRINA, as well as newer Lance and newer Lily, ends on January 17th. So, by that time, Datamine will probably not yet be out. Probably because they're kind of changed the dates for the Datamine this time. So there probably will not be a Datamine yet when these guys will be gone. But in terms of if you're deciding whether to scout Renegade, Cynthia, or Lucas, the thing to ask is, who do you need? Do you need a ghost type? Do you need a dragon type? Ghost types, we don't get a lot of good ghost types. If you have Anniversary Lily, you can probably skip Renegade Cynthia unless you want to power up Anniversary Lily. Meanwhile, in terms of dragon types, we got Cyrus. Cyrus is free. Cyrus will get 6-star EX. He's a striker. That means once you use a sync move, it hits everyone. And that's free 5-star, free 20 out of 20, free 5 out of 5, free 6-star EX. So, you know, if you're just aiming to get a good dragon type, we got one in Cyrus. If you have enough, if you do not have enough to make Lucas 6-star EX, 3 out of 5 or something, probably be satisfied because Cyrus is pretty strong and you get their stats up. You got 6-star EX. But we don't get a lot of good ghost types. So maybe Renegade Cynthia might be better, but again, it's completely up to you. And it's completely up to who you want, who you like. I'm just here to give you advice. I'm just here to give you info. And once you're here, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, I'd appreciate it. You do that. Easy, press, but it helps out the channel a lot. And with that said, let's come to the in-depth analysis, which I have discussed this already. You can check out the chart for yourself. Renegade Cynthia has the highest attack stat. Newer VOLKNER has the highest special attack stat as well as the highest speed. Newer SABRINA has the highest defense and special defense. Lucas has the lowest speed. Let that sink in. But then, it's not about the stats. It's not about the stats. It's about the multipliers, which, again, I've discussed this. I'll go into more detail. But out of the 4, these are their numbers. And if you're curious about the numbers, again, I will say this now. I will not repeat this later. This is including terrains. If they need terrains, this is including terrains. If they need zones, this is including zones. All grid tiles are unlocked. Super effective up next is there, I think. And then 20 out of 20, 5 out of 5 if I'm not mistaken. So again, these are care of Bernard and Jack and STDK12 for the tools that are used in this one. And if you want to see the in-depth numbers and everything, I'll put a link in the description. You can check it out. But let's get to in-depth more Lucas thing, which is comparing Lucas with the best dragon type attackers in the game. And I have put about 4 in the list. We have Lucas, we have Champion Iris, we have Cyrus because Cyrus is free. We have SYGNA Suit Cynthia, and we have SYGNA Suit Leon. Yes, there are a lot more dragon types. I know. I'll discuss them a little bit later. But as you can see over here, in terms of stats, only Champion Iris uses an attack stat. And so, Champion Iris has a pretty high attack stat at 414. SYGNA Suit Leon has the highest HP stat at 737. SYGNA Suit Cynthia lowest HP stat, 528. Meanwhile, Lucas is somewhere in between. In terms of defense, Lucas is actually the second highest out of the batch, 168. just a little bit lower than Champion Iris at 196. In terms of special attack, Champion Iris and SYGNA CYNTHIA are tied at 414. Meanwhile, Lucas is somewhere in the second lowest here. In terms of special defense, Lucas is again second highest at 168. And in terms of speed, Lucas is somewhere in the middle, with SYGNA Leon taking the lead, SYGNA CYNTHIA the lowest among the bunch. But again, it's not about the stats. Here are the multipliers. Okay. Lucas has Draconic Power 2. 3 out of 5. Draconic Power 2, once the field is Dragon Zone, it powers up your Roar of Time. We got Super Effective up next at 3 out of 5. If you use a trainer move, there is a 50% chance of giving yourself a super effective up next, which applies to both normal attacks as well as sync moves. Again, 3 out of 5. For sync move multipliers, again, we have a built-in Dragon Zone thing. So if the field is Dragon Zone, it powers up your sync move. We got Draconic Sync 4 at 2 out of 5. Again, if powers up, this is similar to the built-in Dragon Zone thing. If the field is Dragon Zone, your sync move gets powered up. We got Inertia at 3 out of 5. If your speed stat, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger your sync move is. And again, the super effective up next that we have just discussed. Champion Iris, we got Breaking Swipe Critical Strike 1 at 3 out of 5. If it's a critical hit, it gets stronger. Power Loving, the lower the opponent's stats are, the stronger your attacks will be. So, you know, Champion Iris is a debuffer with double drop. So once you use Breaking Swipe, you get to lower the opponent's attack stat -2 for everyone, by the way. Snarl, get to lower the opponent's special attack by 2 for everyone. And the best lucky skill to pair up with Champion Iris is Defense Crush 2, has a 30% chance of lowering everyone's defense stat by 2 if you use either Breaking Swipe or Snarl, which makes it good. And then Snarl, we have super duper effective 2 if the opponent's weak to dark type attacks. Snarl gets stronger, but that's dark type and we're talking about dragon types. Now, Champion Iris also has a built-in multiplier. The lower the opponent's stats are, the stronger the sync move damage. Devastation, the lower the opponent's special attack is, the stronger the sync move damage. Hacking Order, the lower the opponent's attack stat is, the stronger the damage. Champion Iris is a very, very, very strong sync nuker. And these multipliers just make Champion Iris really, really strong, whether off-type or on-type. Doesn't have to be, the opponent does not have to be weak to dragon-type attacks. Champion Iris can excel in any battle. But then, Champion Iris is not available right now. So, until she returns, you know, you'll get to enjoy Champion Iris. Champion Iris, by the way, came out late February. Was it late February or early March last year? So, a lot of limited units came out around this time. We got Palentine's units. We got Leon as a Master Fair. We got Champion Iris. I think we also got the Yantha by that time. We got Marnie as well. So, prepare yourself for a lot of limited units coming by February to March. January, February, March, a lot of limited units. Cyrus, we got Critical Strike 9, built-in, passive skill. Once you land a critical hit, you get to deal 90% to 100% more damage, somewhere there. Hydro Pump Ramming Speed is my favorite among his builds. So I like to use him when the opponent's weak to water, because it just makes your Hydro Pump really, really strong. And then there's Water Pulse, Confusion Synergy 3. If the opponent is confused, you get to deal more damage. But Hydro Pump is much, much better than Water Pulse. And then, Sync Move Multiplier, Critical Strike 9, as well as Catastrophe 2. If the opponent or if we are able to land a critical hit on using a sync move, it gets 20 to 30% more powerful. This is like Critical Strike 2, but for sync moves, kind of something like that. So Cyrus is very strong. Again, we're getting a free Sync Star EX for him. And this means that we'll be hitting the opponent with Critical Strike 9 plus Catastrophe 2 for everyone. Everyone, once you use a sync move using him, soon. SYGNA Suit Cynthia, we got Dragon Breath Furious Brawn. The higher our attack stat is, the stronger Dragon Breath will be, as well as Paralysis Synergy 2. If the opponent is paralyzed, we get to deal more damage on the opponent. SYGNA Suit Cynthia has Clanging Scales, which is an AoE Dragon type attack, which makes SYGNA Suit Cynthia good. But at the same time, SYGNA Suit Cynthia's HP stat is quite low, her speed stat is quite low, but she has a very nice trainer move which gets to cut down her sync move countdown by a lot, especially since her MP refresh for that trainer move, Eyes on the Prize, is quite high as well. Static Shock 5, if the opponent is paralyzed, you get to deal 50 to 60% more damage with her sync move. Meanwhile, SYGNA Suit Leon, we got built-in target sync buff. If the opponent has a sync buff, what is his... Oh my goodness, what is his attack? Dynamax Cannon deals more damage if the opponent has a sync buff. Double the damage if the opponent has a sync buff. Hunter's Instinct. The lower the opponent's speed stat is, stronger the damage. Power Flux 3, the fuller your move gauge is, stronger the damage. Ramming Speed, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger the damage. Super Effective up next. If you use a trainer move, you get the Super Effective up next. Meanwhile, Inertia, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger the damage, as well as a Super Effective up next as well on SYGNA Suit Leon. Now, SYGNA Suit Leon has a passive skill called Lucky 7-4. That means every single time you hit the opponent, you have a 50% chance of lowering 7 stats. Attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, I think it's accuracy, and evasiveness, was it? I think. Is it evasiveness? Who cares? Just 7 stats. You get to lower 7 stats using SYGNA Suit Leon if you are able to, you know, RNG plays with you well. That's how Hunter's Instinct comes into play. He gets Ramming Speed. He also gets like X Speed Plus, similar to Lucas. So he also has a max move, Eterna Beam. And with that said, these are the numbers, as I said earlier. Here you go. Lucas, 3,074,338. Cyrus is somewhere in the lowest among everyone. 2,058,829. Champion Iris, 4,441,651. With the highest sync nuke as well, 33,381,784. Now, there's one thing that I was told to tell you guys, and that is these numbers are taking into consideration everyone has Dragon Zone. So the field is Dragon Zone that enables these sync pairs to deal these amounts of damage. If there's no Dragon Zone, lower the damage. Now, Dragon Zone powers up your Dragon type moves by 50%. Sorry. So if there's no Dragon Zone, just lower the damage down. But with Dragon Zone, this is what they're capable of. SYGNA Suit Leon, as you might see over here, is slightly more powerful than SYGNA Suit Cynthia. But Champion Iris definitely dominates with sync move and DPS. Now, clarifying DPS, because a lot of people are questioning, this is taking into consideration their strongest attacks for Dragon type. So Champion Iris, let's consider Dragon Rush. SYGNA Suit Leon, whatchamacallit, Dynamax Cannon. SYGNA Suit Cynthia with Clanging Scales. Cyrus with Spatial Rend. And Lucas, Roar of Time. Now, as you might see over here, Lucas is an enabler. Without Lucas, these sync pairs will have much lower damage, as I said. And with Lucas' help, we kind of, the meta has changed. The strongest dragon types have changed. And I made a list on the strongest DPS units as well as the strongest sync nukers in terms of dragon types with the help of Lucas. And so, with that said, these are the numbers, or these are the strongest DPS damagers after Lucas comes into play. Champion Iris is still number 1 with 4,441,651. Now with Lance, again, I think these are maximum stats, maximum special attack, maximum critical hit rate, critical strike 2 lucky skill, by the way, I forgot to mention that. So if you're able to somehow increase Lance stats, increase his critical hit rate and stuff, Lance missing these stat buffs with his trainer moves and stuff. But if you're able to increase all that, plus Dragon Zone, Lance is the second highest DPS with the definition of DPS that we used, with 4,127,087. Claire is the third, surprisingly, 3,996,633. Anniversary Steven, even though he's flying type, he has a dragon type Draco Meteor, 3,937,183. And then Lucas is at the bottom. He's not even top 10. I think he's 10 or 11. I mean, he's not in the top 5. He's somewhere in the top 10/top 15. 3,074,338. But in terms of sync nuking over here, Claire is the lowest one, excluding Anniversary Steven, who's flying type, 4,271,211. Now, Claire does not have a 6-star EX form, so just keep in mind that these are 5-star Claire stats, and you'll not be able to hit everyone, unlike Anniversary Steven or Lance, or you cannot receive 6-star EX benefits like Lucas, Champion Iris, and whatsoever. So those are the highest DPS or attack damage on the opponent, single damage. What about the sync move damage? Sync move, we have these. Champion Iris still at the top, 33,381,784. Lucas is second, 21,007,981. Third is Lycia at 11,562,863. Meanwhile, Salamence and Zinnia, not Rayquaza and Zinnia. This is Salamence and Zinnia. 11,048,286. And the bottom is SYGNA Suit Leon at 7,587,310. Now, to make things fair, every single one here is tech, right? Salamence is tech, right? I think so. Because the striker is Houndoom, right? If I'm mistaken, let me know. But every single one here is tech. SYGNA Suit Leon is strike. Tech sync pairs normally have a higher sync nuke damage than strike. But SYGNA Suit Leon is top 5 in terms of sync nuking with the help of Lucas's Dragon Zone. But again, in terms of damage power, unfortunately, Roar of Time is low on DPS, is low on damage, only at 3,074,338. Now, again, Lucas is an enabler. He helps other sync pairs get stronger. He helps your other dragon types get stronger. If you're expecting Roar of Time to deal massive damage, well, here's the good thing that you can think about. It takes only one trainer move to maximize Lucas. It takes a lot of help from other sync pairs to maximize the others. Champion Iris, unless you get an MP refresh with her trainer move, it's hard to raise her critical hit rate. It's hard to raise her other stats. Lycia raises her defense. You have to do something else to raise her stats. Salaman Zinnia, you know, most of the others take a while to raise their special attack stats, critical hit rate. Lucas only requires one trainer move. It's our time. Maximizes your critical hit rate, increases your accuracy by 1, increases your special attack to maximum, including, you know, his passive skill. And you just need to raise your speed stat using 2x speeds, and then just use, you know, Dragon Wish. And then every single time you use a trainer move using Lucas, you get a free move next. If you get the 3 out of 5 grid thing, you have a 50% chance of giving yourself a super effective up next on your next attack if you have him 3 out of 5. That's the good thing about Lucas. Very quick setup. The others take a while. So, that's the good thing about Lucas. That's the good thing about Lucas. And with that said, you know, we're done. We're done with discussing about Lucas. Again, these are the sync pairs that are coming out. And not just them, but we have a couple of sync pairs that are currently, you know, available, as well as going to be available January 20 for this banner. A lot of people getting shafted in the first one. I have personally not pulled yet, but if you're lucky, you might be able to get Lance, you know, Cynthia. SYGNA with Cynthia, I think, is in that banner as well as Steven. In terms of the other banners, there are a couple of other sync pairs that are in those banners. But so far, what I've seen in this banner is that everyone's getting Ingo. I don't see a lot of people going for the second one. I forgot which banner Lear belongs to, but Lear is somewhere in there. But everyone I've seen is going for the third banner with Ingo. So, good luck on your scouts. Alder, SYGNA with Blue are awesome in this banner if you're pulling. This is starting January 20, and this is free gems. The other ones, the second and third banners, are paid gems, 5,000. First one is completely luck based. So good luck if you're scouting on that banner, which you should. But good luck once you're scouting on that banner. But again, I'm just here to give you advice. It's completely up to you. This is my analysis. But I'm ending with this as usual. Choose your favorites over the meta, because every single time there's an update, there's gonna be a much better sync pair coming. You know, we still don't have grassy terrain. We might get grassy terrain soon. We're going to have Palantine sync pair soon. We're gonna have a 2.5-year anniversary sync pair soon. We're gonna have more limited units soon. And everything. But, you know, that's Lucas. I hope you enjoyed my analysis for Lucas. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps with the exposure. Spread out the video to other Pokemon Masters EX fans like you guys. And if you want to push the support a bit further, you can support a good cause, become a member of my channel, like my awesome members, Shadowphil, Marcella, Alcin, Aryan Sink, Blaze, John909, Optio Gaming, Roy Ackerman, Roy Mustango, Luca Midi, Armakose, Upwat, Official, Chrome Dome, Sasri Umbreon, Blue Rose. Did I say Marcel? Yes, I said. And Ranger. Thank you so much. For some of you, 1 year. For a lot of you, almost 1 year. Thank you so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. Join them. Click on the join button. And with that said, this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. We are this team called Grunt. I'm glad I'm able to finally talk without coughing every single second. Good luck on your scouts, guys. Good luck. And with that said, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Rawr.